Welcome back to Car Insider. Today, we're taking a look at an absolutely massive and futuristic truck concept, the 2026-27 GMC Savana Ultra 6x6. This is the kind of vehicle that immediately grabs attention with its enormous proportions, six-wheel drive layout, aggressive styling, and heavy-duty character. Before we begin, it is important to note that GMC has not officially announced a production vehicle called the Savana Ultra 6x6. So, the specifications and pricing discussed in this review should be treated as a concept-style interpretation rather than confirmed GMC information. Starting with the exterior, the Savana Ultra 6x6 would completely transform the familiar GMC Savana formula. Instead of being a conventional full-size van, this imagined version would become an extreme six-wheel drive adventure and utility vehicle. The front end could feature a huge GMC grille surrounded by modern LED headlights, giving the vehicle a much more aggressive appearance. The body would sit significantly higher than a standard van, providing impressive ground clearance for off-road driving. Massive all-terrain tires would be fitted underneath extended wheel arches, while heavy-duty suspension components would help support the additional weight of the six-wheel configuration. A reinforced front bumper could also include recovery points and protective elements for difficult terrain. The six-wheel setup is obviously the biggest visual difference. With 3 axles and 6 large wheels, the vehicle would have a powerful stance while potentially improving traction and weight distribution. The rear section could be extended to provide additional room for passengers, equipment, camping gear, or specialized cargo. From the side, the enormous wheelbase would give the Savana Ultra 6x6 a unique appearance. Heavy-duty side steps would make cabin access easier, while roof rails could provide additional mounting space for outdoor equipment. Depending on the imagined configuration, buyers could also expect protective skid plates, upgraded suspension, a roof rack, and additional exterior lighting. Moving inside, the cabin would need to balance the practical nature of a commercial vehicle with the comfort expected from a modern GMC. A concept version could feature upgraded seats covered in durable premium materials, a large digital instrument cluster, and a central infotainment display. The dashboard could be redesigned with modern controls and improved connectivity. Wireless smartphone integration, navigation, multiple USB ports, and a premium sound system would make long journeys more comfortable. Because a 6x6 vehicle would likely be designed for adventure and utility applications, storage space would be another major priority. The rear area could be configured in several ways. One version could focus on passenger transportation, while another could transform the back into a mobile workshop or adventure camper. Folding seats, additional storage compartments, power outlets, and auxiliary climate controls could make the vehicle far more versatile than an ordinary van. Visibility would also be important because a vehicle this large would be challenging to maneuver. A future concept could therefore use multiple exterior cameras, a 360-degree camera system, parking sensors, and blind spot monitoring. These features would make navigating tight spaces much easier. Now let's talk about performance. The biggest question surrounding a fictional Savana Ultra 6x6 is the powertrain. GMC currently offers powerful engines across its truck and SUV lineup, but there is no confirmed 6x6 Savana powertrain. A hypothetical version would require a strong engine and a drivetrain specifically engineered to send power to 3 axles. For an extreme 6x6 concept, a powerful gasoline or diesel engine could provide the necessary torque for carrying heavy loads and driving across difficult terrain. The transmission would also need to be heavily reinforced, while the transfer case and differentials would have to handle the additional drivetrain demands. The 6x6 configuration could be especially useful in mud, sand, gravel, snow, and rocky environments. With power reaching 3 axles, the vehicle could potentially maintain traction when conventional two-wheel drive vehicles would struggle. However, actual off-road performance would depend on suspension geometry, tire design, weight, gearing, and electronic traction systems. Towing capability could also be one of the major attractions. If engineered correctly, an Ultra 6x6 could potentially become a serious platform for transporting trailers, recreational equipment, construction gear, or expedition equipment. But again, these capabilities would need to be officially engineered and certified before any real specifications could be confirmed. Now we come to the most important part of this review, the price. Since the GMC Savana Ultra 6x6 is not an officially announced production model, there is no official MSRP. A normal GMC Savana and a custom 6-wheel conversion are completely different products, so the cost of a hypothetical Ultra 6x6 would depend heavily on the drivetrain, suspension, body modifications, interior, and customization. If GMC were ever to build a factory-backed Ultra 6X6, it would likely sit far above the price of a standard commercial van. A reasonable hypothetical starting point could be somewhere around $150,000 to $200,000, while a highly customized version with advanced off-road hardware, premium interior equipment, and expedition features could potentially exceed $250,000. That price would make the Ultra 6X6 a very specialized vehicle. It would not be aimed at buyers looking for an inexpensive family van. Instead, its potential customers would include adventure enthusiasts, specialized businesses, expedition operators, film production companies, emergency service organizations, and customers who simply want an extreme custom vehicle. When considering value, the biggest question would be whether the additional two wheels justify the enormous increase in complexity and cost. For most drivers, the answer would probably be no. A conventional GMC vehicle would be much easier to operate, maintain, park, and fuel. But for someone who genuinely needs extreme off-road mobility, the 6X6 configuration could provide capabilities that ordinary vehicles cannot match. The 2026-27 GMC Savana Ultra 6X6 is therefore an exciting concept rather than a confirmed GMC production vehicle. Its massive exterior, six-wheel drivetrain, spacious cabin, potential towing ability, and extreme off-road character make it a fascinating idea for the future. If GMC ever decided to build something like this, it could become one of the most unusual vehicles in the company's lineup. The combination of van practicality and 6X6 capability would create a vehicle unlike almost anything else on the road. And that brings us to the end of our review. The GMC Savana Ultra 6X the 6th of May currently exists only as a concept-style idea, but it shows just how far the familiar Savana platform could be pushed with extreme engineering and customization. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to stay tuned to Car Insider for more futuristic trucks, SUVs, vans, and extreme automotive concepts. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next review.